Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Beach Fishing Antics. And today you find me down in Aldborough in Suffolk. We just got a few hours daytime session. It's actually quite nice to be fishing in daylight for a change. At least I can see what I'm doing. The only problem is the weather is blowing a hoolie. We've got a really strong westerly winds at the moment. Probably gale force. It's not having any impact on the sea because it's coming off the land. So the sea's quite flat. It is very coloured. The problem is that I can't really set the other camera up. So what I'm going to try and do, and hopefully you can see me all right, is I'm going to use the GoPro and try and get as much footage as I possibly can. So an awful lot of it's probably going to be sort of the GoPro sat on my chest. Hopefully you can hear me all right. I am using a little lavalier mic, so hopefully that will kind of mitigate the wind noise a bit. I've had to put about 100 weight of shingle on the bottom of the shelter just to keep it down. It is a bit of a nightmare. I'm hoping that it's going to calm down a little bit later on this afternoon. It's what, 5 to 2 at the moment. The wife is wandering around Aldborough having a look around the town. So literally it's just a kind of a few hours afternoon session. And the target species, dab. It's early March. The beast from the east has left us. The amount of damage that it's done to the beaches on the east coast is ridiculous. We were walking from where we stay in Waxham up to Sea Palling yesterday, and the beach in some places has lost 6 to 8 feet of sand. It's washed the sand away right the way down to the clay bed in places. I did actually take a couple of photographs of the clay, all the kind of like the weathered sculptured clay, which I'll put on the screen. I mean, there is still patches of snow lying around, even though it's been now a week almost since we had all that snowfall, but there's still quite a lot of it lying around on the ground. It's a lot warmer now, but it is blowing a gale. So anyway, I've got a couple of rods fishing using 3-hook flappers, size 1 hooks. I've got some fresh lug, although I say fresh, it's actually been in the fridge for a couple of days, so it's not brilliant. But I've also got some frozen black as well, which I'll have a go, and I've got a few squid with me, so I might kind of like chop and change the baits a little bit as we go through the afternoon. So anyway, we'll see what happens. I'm just about to kind of reel in the first baits because it's blow lug, so they're not going to last an awful long time on the hook. So I'll reel those in, see if we've got anything, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. Well, there we go. We have the target species, a tiny weeny little dab, looks completely see-through. You can see my finger behind him. Absolutely minuscule, but there we go. Target species. We'd like enough, a few that are kind of big enough for the plate, which would be good. But there we go. Perfection in miniature. Absolutely tiny. It fits in the palm of my hand. Right. Whoa! There we go. Rod's just blown over. Sod's law. Right, let's get this one back and then we'll get rebaited. Looks like we've got some fish on. Oh, there we go, double shot. Oh, one dab, one whiting. Oh. Oh, let's have a look. So there we go, boys and girls. One dab and one whiting. Double shot. So we're catching fish. It's slightly better. Slightly better dab. Still not big enough really, but let's get him unhooked. Oh. And one dinky whiting. And he swallowed the hook right down. Oh God. That's got him. Oh, there we go. There we go, guys. Just reeled in. God, this wind is doing me in. Oh, there's not a bad dab on there. Oh, let's get the rod down and let me sort him out. Oh. This wind is an absolute nightmare, but at least the sun's shining. Oh. And there we go. It's not a bad dab, that one. Not as fat as he could be, but splendid. We're getting the target species. And hooks away down. Let's see if There we go, unhooked using Fisho's gill method. It's a decent sized one, that one's going in the pan anyway, so splendid. So just to try and show you the rig that I'm using, it's just a 3-hook flapper. Hopefully you can see that. Size 1 hooks. There we go, and then we're just baiting that up with, we've got these very small blow lug. Frankly, it's amazing I managed to get any fresh bait at all. I wasn't expecting to. There we go, but we only need dinky baits. And I have got some frozen lug. I'll put some frozen lug on that bottom hook. Pretty baggy, but Dab are renowned for liking kind of old manky lug, so literally all I'm doing with this, rather than using bait elastic, is just thread it onto the hook backwards and forwards. like so. Brought up over the eye, and there we go. Perfectly fine bait for the dab. Let's give the hands a quick wipe off and then throw this out there. Just the upside with of the wind being behind me, casting is an absolute doddle. Miles. Put that one down and reel the other one in. See if we've got anything on there. If this wind would die down, it'd be a lovely day. It's really weird fishing. It's this windy, but the sea is flat calm. Doesn't look like we've got anything on that. Oh, it looks like we might have another dab. Dinky one. There's the tiddler. Oh, there we go. Strap the rod down so we don't lose it. And there we go. Another little dinky one. Yeah, he can go back to grow bigger. Let's have a look, see. Oh, the hook's a long way down. Let's see if we can get him out without damaging him. Have we got anything on there? Yeah, looks like we've got another flatty. Yeah, another double shot. Got a dab and a whiting. There you go, that's my wife here. She approves. She likes it when I go on a catch fish. They're a bit little, she says.
Are they big enough?
The that dab's big enough. Yeah, I'm not going to keep the white in.
You throwing him back?
Yeah.
Can I throw him back?
You can. There you go. Freedom! Right. And then the ones we want. Actually, that's not a dab, that's a flounder. There we go. You can see it's not translucent like the dab, and the difference being he's darker, but when you run your finger up that way he's smooth, whereas the dab is rough. So we're not going to keep him because we don't want flounder, we want dabs.
Shall I throw him back?
You can throw him back, darling.
Oh, hurt his mouth. Poor little thing. Ow!
Oh. Come out. There we go. There you go, say hello to YouTube. The fish freer. Right.
I'll be bashing him on the head soon enough.
Okay, let's get re-rated.
Do you let them keep a bit of bait? No, you didn't. You kept that one on the hook. Poor old fish had its mouth ripped and didn't even get to eat the worm.
Oh, the worm's still attached to the hook, darling, so not really much. Not much I can do about that.
I've got something to show you, by the way, and I need to charge my phone. I called and had a coffee in a little shop. And there's a newspaper.
They had a newspaper?
Yeah.
No. Was it a newsagent?
No, I just said it was a coffee shop, and they had a newspaper, and guess who was looking at me?
It's Tom.
Tom Bridger. Eurostar advert.
Oh yes, of course he did that because he did it for the telly. Yeah. Oh, darling, you've just got hooked. Come here.
You caught me now.
No, you need to come closer.
You caught me.
I have caught you.
What are you going to do? Release me back into the wild?
Yeah, I'll throw you back in the sea.
Almond. You're not still filming, are you?
Yeah.
No! You'll have to edit that then.
Will I?
Yeah.
I wouldn't bet on it. So for you YouTubers, what we were talking about there, my wife was saying the photograph of a friend of mine called Tom Bridger, who's a fellow actor who did a Eurostar advert a little while ago, And there was a photograph of him on the front of the paper. And if any of you want to see a rather crude comedy, it's very rude, that actually stars me and Tom, then look for a short film called Dad by Quandary Productions. So if you put Dad Quandary Productions into the search on YouTube, you will find a 15-minute comedy short with me and Tom in it. But I warn you now, it's very rude. It is very funny though. Right, here we go. Whee. Hi guys. I thought I'd better do a bit of a catch up. It's now 5 to 5 in the afternoon. Wife is sitting in the car reading, and it's gone very quiet. And I started to have a little bit of a problem with weed. It's kind of starting to drag the lines round a little bit. So given that the chippy in Aldborough, which is apparently quite a famous one, well known, opens at 5 o'clock, and given that I'm pretty much out of bait without kind of starting fresh wraps of lug and whatever, which I can just bung back in the freezer, I think what I'll probably do once I've reeled these in is pack up. We've got about an hour and 40 minutes drive to get back to the house in Waxham, so I think that will probably do for this session. But target achieved. We did get some did get some dab, got a couple of whiting, got a flounder. So yeah, it's kind of nice to have just a kind of a tinkery session. 3 hook flappers, small hooks, not panicking about trying to get a bloody cod on camera and all of that sort of stuff. But you know, we got one this winter, which is not brilliant. Hopefully we'll do better next winter. We've got lots of kind of I've got a few targets that I want to try and achieve this year. I've never caught a ray. Just not something that I've ever really kind of targeted. So this summer really want to try and get a ray. So so we'll try and achieve that at some point. We're down in Kent over the kind of the Easter weekend, so with any luck I'll get at least one session while we're down there. So we'll just kind of see what's available, probably down at Hythe or somewhere like that. It's a nice beach to fish off. A few species, you know, we might be lucky, might still be some place about. So we'll see what happens there. So yeah, so I think I'll get the rods in. Obviously I'll turn the camera on again if there's anything on there, but I don't think there is at the moment. I think it's just gone completely dead now. Please do hit the subscribe button. It has become more important than ever. It don't cost you anything, guys, so so you know, please do that. Hit the subscribe. It's really brilliant whenever you comment. I've had some lovely comments from you guys, and it's much appreciated. I do appreciate it. I do try and respond to all of the comments. Obviously I'm only a small channel, so I don't get thousands. If that was the case, it would be a lot harder to do, but as things go at the moment, I do try and respond, and I do appreciate your comments. Any kind of like thoughts, ideas, things that you'd like to see, you know, by all means kind of like put them in there and I'll see what I can do. I don't get out fishing as often as I'd like to. I was hoping, because I renamed the channel Beach and Predator Fishing Antics, that I would get out and do a bit of pike fishing or perch fishing. The weather has just been completely against me, and it's now the end of the season. The canal in Lincoln actually connects 2 rivers, so it's subject to the close season. So as far as freshwater fishing goes, I don't think I'm going to be doing much until the new season starts. I may kind of, you know, if the weather's nice and whatever, I may get out to a kind of carp lake or something like that, and maybe do a bit of carp fishing on camera. I'm no expert at that by any means. So the first time I ever did that was last summer, but it's good fun. So yeah, so fingers crossed we'll kind of we'll get another film up soonish, and again, please do subscribe, give me a thumbs up, comment, and I'll catch up with you soon. Take care.